It's rolling.
As Judy said, my name is Anna Henley, and I'm the Supply Chain Solutions Analyst at Kinco Logistics Services. And I just really wanted to take a few minutes to tell you about who we are and what we do and some of the services that we have. We were founded in 1950 by two brothers. I gotta figure out if they're brothers or cousins.
They're not brothers.
Two cousins, and basically, since then we've grown from a very small company to about a mid-sized company. We bring in around $465 million in revenue last year, and we have over 4,000 employees, about 90 locations across the U.S. As you can see, we're WEBIC certified, and that we're the largest privately held women-owned business in North America. We've also had a few other awards. We once again made the top 10 in inbound logistics. We've gotten a lot of awards for our cold supply chain and then some of our green solutions. So to really tell you about who Kinco is, you've got to understand what our guiding principles. This isn't something that is just words on a poster or on a page. These are things that we really live out on a day-to-day basis. So you have integrity above profitability, demonstrate courage, commitment, compassion, be remarkable, and create uncommon value. One of my favorite stories that they like to tell around Kinco, you kind of get it, you hear these stories when you first come, and one of my favorite stories is integrity above profitability. Sam Smart, one of our founders, this guy right here, he started out, he was working in accounts billing, and one of our accounts billing.
So let's get the story right.
Okay.
It wasn't him. It's his
Yeah,
son.
I was about to say that. His son?
Yeah.
Sam Smart Jr.
That's when his son was early on in his career at Kinco. One of the founder's sons.
Okay. So how the story goes is one of the founder's sons was early on in his career here at Kinco, and one of the people working in accounts billable came up to him one day and said, "Look, we've overcharged this customer, and we need to give them their money back." And Sam said, "Well, how much?" And the guy looked at him and said, "Does it even matter? I mean, we've overcharged them. We're going to give them the money." This customer had no clue that they had overpaid us, and so we went through, and he was like, "You're right, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you refund their money." So that's just one of the ways that we demonstrate integrity above profitability in our company. And there are stories for each one of these, and I can think of a million different ways that I've seen our associates live this out and our executives live this out in their daily work lives. But so that's just kind of what it means to us. Now, how are we structured? Well, there's 5 companies. We basically set it up this way so that we could offer our customers as many services as they want. Kind of like a menu. You go through, say, a Subway, and you're picking up, you want tomatoes, and you want lettuce, and you want turkey and salami. Another person may not need all of those or like all of those. So we've come up with a full turnkey solution for the logistics industry. You can see we have warehousing and distribution, transportation services, material handling solutions. We also have our own real estate company, and then finally, but not least, we have management services, and that really houses like all of our IT and human resources, and the different. It basically supports the other 4. So I said that, talked a little bit about us having distribution and fulfillment, where we have about, we have dedicated in multi-client warehousing, we have real estate management, we have a ton of value-added services that we offer to different clients that may be adding cords onto washing machines for Whirlpool, or putting 5 K-cups together for Keurig Green Mountain. When you order your first machine, you get a sample of the different coffees, and those are things that we actually do for them inside the warehouses. And then also we have transportation management. So we have an asset dedicated fleet. An example of what we do there, it's kind of a white glove service for Stryker Medical. They are the ones who are filling hospitals with stretchers and hospital beds, and they just, we will pick up, their salespeople will go out to hospitals and they will click on an app that we designed for them, and we know, so they can see where the bed is. We deliver the bed, we pick it up, we refurbish it, and then we send it back out again whenever they need it. We also have over 3,500 contract carriers that we work with across North America, and we have
To do what?
that pick up loads.
Oh, okay. I mean, is that part of the dedicated contract carriage?
No, I said yes. That's what dedicated contract carrier means.
So we have 3,500 contract carriers?
Uh-huh.
No, they're part of our transportation, that's part of our non-asset-based freight brokerage.
Right.
Dedicated contract carriage is asset-based. It's just,
Okay.
it just was confusing, just trying to help you. So think about it, we got in transportation, we do trans management, we do freight brokerage, partial solutions, dedicated contract carriage, which is dedicated trucking is all that is, and shuttle and yard management.
I don't really understand what the difference between transportation management and freight brokerage is.
Transportation management is where we've gone out and negotiated we're basically running someone's transportation department. Calling it could be we're negotiating their contracts. Instead of brokering, they might have a deal with a certain carrier that they're using all the time for their LTL freight. It's what we were doing for GSK, and it's what we were doing for Valiant. Now they might use some of the brokerage stuff to the brokerage folks to help find a truck to move a load, but transportation management is not the same thing as freight brokerage. It's a much more paying the bills, we're tendering the loads, we're negotiating their rates, freight contracts for them on a much broader scale. Brokerage is basically just a transaction, it's just a one-time transaction usually, someone's got a load, we find a truck, and they send it, and it's done. Now, sometimes that might be kind of repeat business, but it's just a deal. It's just a one-time deal.
Okay, so in our Kinko Transportation Services, we do 4PL transportation management for several of our clients. We have a dedicated fleet it's not a very large fleet, but it's about 150 tractors and 450 trailers, and we use that mainly for accounts like Stryker, where it's a white glove service, and we're picking up hospital beds at the hospital and delivering them for wherever the sales rep has decided they needed to go. And then finally, we also do freight brokerage. And then within that, we have shuttle and yard management services, basically your standard stuff that you're going to find in a supply chain operation. And then we also have a lot of solutions using our IT department. We have two dedicated, well, this is something that Judy's actually going to get into later on, but we have things like we did with Stryker Medical, where we built an iPad app for them, for their sales reps to be able to see their products. We run a number of WMSs that are either ours or customer owned, and then we have a full staff of about 80 people that support all of these operations. All right, I'm going to pass off this remote to Judy, and she's going to tell you about the rest of our company.